And I'm joined in studio now by my colleague, WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi. Ted, what a huge day in Rhode Island politics and weekend.
Yeah, we don't often see, Jared, Rhode Island at the center of presidential primaries, but this is what happens when a race goes all the way down to the wire, which is pretty unusual.
All right, you broke this in your Saturday Morning Post. Bill Clinton coming back to Rhode Island for the second time in a week and a half. That's a lot of Bill time. What does that say to you?
Well, look, I think the Clinton team is clearly concerned about the strength Bernie Sanders has here in Rhode Island, especially on the eve tonight as we talk of his big rally in Providence on Saturday. We had Bill Clinton come to Warwick earlier this month, Hillary Clinton here today. Now Bill Clinton coming back Monday. You don't send your top people into a state multiple times unless you think you need to shore up your vote. So I think this is another sign that this is a really competitive race. Remember, we are the only state, Rhode Island, that on Tuesday independents can vote in the Democratic primary. Sanders does well with them. So Clinton has a lot of reason to keep an eye on Rhode Island.
Okay, John Kasich, the Prince of Light, as he sometimes refers to himself. He was at Bryant University up in Smithfield. The rationale behind the Kasich visit, and there was something not necessarily publicized that went into his visit as well, right?
Yeah, I think he had a few reasons to come, Jared. Obviously, they think the more moderate image John Kasich, the Ohio governor, has could help him in the Northeast, where there are more Republican moderates to vote. He wants to make sure he gets as many delegates as he can in these final months of the race as they head maybe into a contested convention against Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. And I've also learned that he held a fundraiser at a private home in Lincoln after his event in Smithfield. So, of course, money is the mother's milk of politics, and so having that event was probably a reason to bring him here, too.
Donald Trump, a no-show. I know disappointing for many staunch Donald Trump supporters here in the state of Rhode Island. You wrote about it this week, but remind us all why.
Well, I think, it's the same reason President Obama didn't come to Rhode Island in the fall of 2012. Yes, he has a lot of supporters here, but in a way he has too many because he already knows he's going to win. Same for Donald Trump. Also, Rhode Island's delegate rules. We're all learning about these rules as we head to the contested convention. They're very friendly to second and third place finishers like John Kasich and Ted Cruz, as we expect them probably to finish in those slots in Rhode Island. So for Donald Trump, coming here doesn't maybe give him as much of an opportunity to run up the score in terms of delegates as in some of the other states voting Tuesday, like Connecticut, like Pennsylvania. So I assume the Trump team, it's a calculus. He can only be in one place at once. And Rhode Island, in the end, they thought it shored up as well as it could be.
Ted, thanks so much. Ted Nesi, the man for politics and economics here in Rhode Island. Follow him on Facebook and Twitter. Good to see you, Ted. Thanks.
Thanks, Jared.
And as always, for the latest headlines in campaign 2016 and in-depth coverage of the Rhode Island primary, log on to our website, WPRI.com.